All right, everybody. It's your boy Ryan. Hope you guys are great. Happy, I don't know what day it is. What is it? Wednesday? Thursday? I lost track. All I know is spring is soon, and I'm very happy about that. So I'm doing this live stream to let you guys know that I officially launched the Mastering Libido and Erections on TRT Playbook. So that was finished this week, and all the design stuff and the back-end stuff was implemented within the last few days. The product is now perfected and live, and you can get it in the description or at livecortex.com. So let's talk about what it is. Look, I mean, I've got different courses. I've got the cream course. I have the Sipinate course. I'm going to be building a prop course. You know, I've got 1,500 videos on TRT. But what I don't have and what I haven't had is some in between for folks that don't want to do coaching and instead have every single ester and a 7-year coach strategy based on the blood work, the analysis of many people, the headaches of sometimes trying to fix really, really skewed protocols, synthesized into one playbook. Look, I wish I had this when I first started TRT. I think every male that gets on TRT should have this book. It is essentially the guideline book, right? The playbook for how to dial in specifically sexual function on testosterone. Now look, I mean, as you guys know, what this channel is about is, number one, dispelling myths, because there's a lot of bullshit out there. And there's a lot of dogmatic folks that believe said bullshit. I mean, I just had one recently arguing with me in the comments about estrogen. I mean, I've seen 2,800 men. I think I know estrogen causes ED. But at the same time, it's about providing cutting edge strategy to folks on how it actually works and how to dial in every ester. So look, in this playbook, we go over long esters. There's an entire section dedicated to long esters. It's the long ester protocol lab, where we're breaking down Sipinate and Ethate used interchangeably in the playbook with AIs, with Primobolan, with Masteron, with Proviron, with DHT itself. The protocols on both ends that work. Specifically, what's really cool, I'm going to take you into the product so that you guys have an idea of exactly what we're doing here. What's really cool about it is that we break down adjustments. Okay, so if you execute, any TRT protocol, more than likely you're going to have to adjust it, right? You move one ancillary in one direction or the other, and I want to show you that real quick. So if I can kill this image here, bring myself down a little here, then we should be able to look at it. Okay, so this is just one example of what the protocol lab looks like. This is a very simple protocol of 200 milligrams of Sipinate 1x weekly intramuscular, 50 milligrams Primobolan day after injection, 125 HEG a day, 20 milligrams DHT. There's descriptions for every protocol, and then there are adjustment notes. All right, that's the most important thing, because infused in, and by the way, this is for Sipinate, for prop, for cream, for using exogenous DHT in your protocol, which I'm going to get to here in a second. What I use after 7 years of practicing this to adjust people's protocols. I think singularly, one of the biggest problems in TRT protocol dialing in for people that are out there going at it alone is not knowing how to adjust a protocol, right? And it's not like it's necessarily rocket science, but if you don't know what things to adjust in what quantities and how long to wait, you will be in a purgatory of never dialing in. These are the kind of nuances that we break down within this product. Let me see. Let me take you all the way to the top and go through some of the contents. This is critical because this is essentially the breakdown of the TRT sexual function playbook. Number one, we go over the problem. Yeah, and you're going to see as we go into the problem and you venture into the problem and read it for yourself, like graphs like this that show us that the majority of the information that we're getting around TRT, this is the biggest problem really, is just not true, right? It's based off the cherry-picked science. It's based off of dogmatic positions that don't align with the scientific literature. And the information online about TRT and dialing in sexual function is just wrong. I mean, this is why there's a forum filled with tens of thousands of guys with erectile dysfunction on fucking testosterone. This should not be the case. This should never be the case, right? So we break down the problem, and this goes far deeper than what I just showed you, specifically the problem with the discussion around the metabolites, right? We all know that the metabolites have to be in a perfect place for all of us, and we've got pretty tight windows, specifically with estradiol. So breaking down that problem, infusing the scientific literature's perspective, specifically with like things like estrogen receptor alpha in smooth muscle tissue, the penile endothelium, how that's affected by estrogen receptor alpha agonism in the male organ, and how that affects erectile function over time. We break all of this down. Probably the most important, now look, the protocols are awesome, and they're all of the time-tested, proven protocols that I see work from a coach's perspective. But one of the most important elements of this book is the DHT-estrogen axis. This is something I haven't really talked about, at least phrasing it that way on this channel. But I break down, it's like you can dial in any TRT protocol as long as you understand the DHT-estrogen axis. That's it, right? It's not so much about your free testosterone, your fucking sex hormone binding globulin. I mean, these things play somewhat of a role, and they influence other hormone factors like estradiol, et cetera, and free test availability in terms of SHBG. But the DHT estrogen axis is the singular most important thing to fully understand, to dial in on HRT. And this axis, man, I mean, it is, I'm breaking it all down. I give it all to you in the playbook, specifically how to think about it. All of the issues with estradiol are broken in here, sourced. There's links to videos where I break a lot of this stuff down. Dispelling of all the bullshit. Like I prove that if you look at the data on the anecdotals, the number one problem on TRT is estrogen. That's just it. And it's normally in the direction of causing erectile dysfunction. So have a good look at the cover. What's important about this compared to the other products, as I said, yeah, we have a cream course, we have a Sipinate course. I'm breaking down, dialing in on everything in this playbook, right? Dialing in on long esters, dialing in on propionate, dialing in on test cream. There's a whole section of exogenous DHT on TRT, right? How do you use it? How do you dilute it? What milligram per application should you be shooting for, and how do you actually achieve that? We talk about diluting higher concentration DHT with more oil base. I show you the steps and the instructions on how to do that to get fine-tune adjustments, very small microdosing of dihydrotestosterone on TRT. That's all broken down in the sexual function playbook. Perfecting the DHT-E2 axis. Every protocol has adjustments which work to perfect the DHT-estrogen axis, right? Yeah, I mean, you've got my high level thinking, which is my thinking in the literature, reading innumerable papers on this, but driven largely by client work. It's all infused in the sections that talk about perfecting the DHT estradiol axis. Again, everything on the internet is wrong. This is what has steered a lot of men in the wrong direction. People are going to have opinions. People have opinions. People have dogmatic positions. People think they're right. People have a lot of theories about TRT. I am not here to give you a theory on how to make TRT work. I think that is nonsense. There are no theories. There is just science. There is just what is practical and what you can look at, what makes sense. One of the most valuable aspects of this playbook is probably going to be the hybrid protocol. So with every ester, there's hybrid protocols. With Sipinate, there's hybrids. With prop, there's hybrids. With cream, there's hybrids. But importantly, I break down how to use the hybrids and what compounds to use in a hybrid situation. Like if you're on cream and you need a hybrid on it, I'll explain the situations in the playbook for when you need those things. What should you use? Should you use Sipinate? Should you use prop? You can use both, and there's protocols for both. Importantly, restoring erections, restoring libido, and dialing in forever. I didn't want to give you one course where you go through it, you know, the playbook here, read everything and go and execute. And then it's like, well, maybe I still need like some coaching or something. The goal is to dial you in forever, right? That's what the goal of this is. This is a 7-year TRT coach's refined protocol approach, right? This is what I think about when I am by myself in my personal life, in my personal space, but in a business context in my office. You know, like if you look around, man, this is my office. There are screens everywhere in my office. There are literal screens everywhere. And I am in here like Edison dealing with electricity, with notes and Post-its all over the place, engineering protocols for years for people, and diligently taking the notes on what works and what doesn't. And as it turns out, a lot of us are the same. So all of that information, when I am here by myself engineering real men's protocols that are coming to me, listening to the pro-estrogen camps and have ED, that are coming to me from taking hair loss drugs and have ED, that are coming to me from listening to the forums, trying to dial in on TRT, tried many things, still have ED. And what I do when I am alone in my office perfecting people's protocols to give men sexual function back, it's all in the playbook. Okay? So right now, I got a coupon code down in the description for 20% off. It's the same coupon code we've been using for digital products. It's just 20 now, all one word. That'll save you 20% off the playbook. It is live at livecortex.com, and it is fucking awesome. I've been working on it for just about 2 months. So it's taken me 2 months to compile all this information, synthesize it the right way, make the points that I want to make in it, and leave folks leaving the playbook with an actual rule book for how to dial in TRT, sexual function specifically on every single ester. As you see in the image there, I think one of the most valuable components of it is the use of exogenous DHT. We do discuss this at length. We discuss the situations in which it makes sense. We discuss exactly milligram-wise what to dose and in what situations you can restore erection quality on TRT if DHT isn't up to par. And there are many of those kind of situations. All right. So go get it, livecortex.com. You'll see it on the homepage. The link for it is down in the description of this video. So you can see it there, get it there. Use the coupon code 20NOW. It's down in the description. You can save some money on it. And just go get it. Like, again, if I had this in the very beginning, if I had this as a coach, a year into coaching, it would have been life-changing. Absolutely life-changing. In those early years, there's a lot of stuff that I had to figure out. I kind of was looking around the information and on the web, mainly around estrogen, and being like, everything I'm seeing is wrong. None of that is applying to any of my clients ever. Anyway, it's all summarized in the playbook. I think it's one of the most valuable products I've ever launched. It's extremely comprehensive, about 60 pages, guys. So it's about 60 straight pages. If I scroll through, it's just lots of content, all the way down to the thank you center. The thank you center. The completion of the book. All right. I'll look at the stream here and see if I have any questions, but it doesn't appear as if there's any questions going on. So I'm just going to kind of leave the stream as an announcement for what's going on, and we'll go from there. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day. I will be launching some more content tomorrow. Today I'm just kind of working on formulating the points, the major points, and getting the scientific literature for it. So I'll be looking at sometime around 1 p.m. Eastern time tomorrow, so look forward to that. Otherwise, kick ass, rock on. Everything you need to know about this product is down in the description of this video. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day. I hope you're ready for spring. I'll put that back up there. Look at that. Listen, look at that guy. Just look at him. Would you look at it? Just look at him. Dude, I just finally watched, for the first time in like 5 years, the initial look at this video. I've seen it years ago, but I've been following Ed Bassmaster for the longest time, but that guy, Emilio, just ridiculous. Why'd you look at it? Get the playbook, if anything, because of that guy. Look at that guy. Just look at him. All right, boys, I'm going to head out. Love you guys. Kick ass, rock on. I'll talk to you tomorrow on some content. All right. Peace.